哟，大家好，我是小马，这是我爸。
杨博士，对，你不会我的名字吗？
你不会中文。我们刚看完，别告诉他 What are your initial thoughts?
It was sad. It was a little bit funny in places. It was poignant.
I thought it was going to be a boring film. No, I didn't know.
You always do, you. Because Max is studying at film studies, so now he's got it into his head that he's the expert for film, right? So I'm only kidding. Watching this movie today, and this little bird comes in and he says to me, metaphor.
I mean, can I say? Right at the beginning, there was a bird in her house.
Called metaphor, I don't know.
Shut up. And then halfway through, when she was in China, there was a bird in her room.
That's right.
And then right at the end, the flock of birds flew. Obviously, there's not that many birds in the tree.
So what was the meaning of it then?
I think it was like her leaving the nest.
Leaving the nest?
I think to me it represents perspective. Like so many weird coincidences happen that if you read into it, if you take meaning from it, then it's meaningful. If you see no meaning in it, you're just like, it's another bird, then there's no meaning. And that's sort of what the whole movie is about, perspective and belief. And if you believe something works, then maybe it does.
The opening line on the movie, it said, based on an actual lie. I thought that was really funny.
I didn't get it at first.
You were too busy looking at the bird. And we were trying to figure out where it was shot, weren't we?
Yeah, you thought it was Beijing.
Kind of hoped it was Beijing because I was looking for places that we might know.
A place called Changchun.
I know Changchun. I went to Changchun in the winter of '94. It was freezing.
I think it was quite good at making you feel what they were feeling. Like there was moments where you'd really static. They were just sitting there like this, and you kind of in their heads.
The story was about the grandma, right? Nai Nai. But of course, it was more about the young character, Billy.
Like understanding the situation.
Yeah, when she talked to her own mother about...
The main difference was in the East, like you live for your family, not just
You're a part of a whole unit.
And then in the West, it's more about the individual. I thought that was really, makes you think. To an extent it is. Obviously, it's not going to apply to everything and everyone.
So when she landed, and she's coming from the taxi to her Nai Nai's house, and she's looking at all these
the new
soulless concrete blocks, you know, and every time I go to China, I see this and I think,
He's living.
When they get into the family, there's a lot of warmth and a lot of traditions. Yeah. She was saying, "Oh, you're not as skinny as you know," and all that.
You're not eating properly.
But it's very, very normal in China. It's quite endearing, especially if a Nai Nai says it, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think when something like this happens with an elderly person, and they all come back together, first time in 25 years, it makes you think in this guilt. The whole idea of coming back for a wedding.
They seemed like they didn't even know each other. When they were trying to take the photo and the Nana was like, 来抱他一下, the Nana was like, 他好傻.
You know, I've been to a lot of weddings in China. You know, the couple on the stage and they both had a good drink. And you got to come back to Changchun because you drink a lot, you eat a lot, you know, come back and be happy. It's always the same at a wedding and it's wonderful and I love it. Oh, I remember when they went to the grave, Granddad's grave, that was funny. Baba, don't listen to that.
Yeah. They peeled the oranges for him.
Oh God, him and I were laughing so much.
Burn the iPhone.
What was the bit where we were laughing at?
一鞠躬.
一鞠躬. 二鞠躬. I found it very interesting when Uncle was saying about that he felt they weren't lying to her, it was for her own good. This was our duty to take this burden, to carry this weight for the person, which is...
it's quite deep.
Xiao Nai Nai.
I've got a plan.
She said that. Oh, don't worry about me, I've got my plan. And then she turned away and there was something in her face.
In her face, in her eyes.
That made me think, has she just made that up?
I think so. I think she was just lying.
It could be she's very sad and she doesn't want to tell them, so you don't know. Maybe there's continuous...
If they're keeping all of that a secret from her, then imagine what she could be keeping a secret from.
Yeah, just no secrets, okay? Yeah. This exact thing happens to me. 中国好或者美国好 and I get this almost every single time I get in a taxi and I answer exactly the same as she did. 不一样 都很好 No, but you must have one. Which one? You get it all the time. It's like, I need to get a card printed. You know? The whole movie was interspersed with positive and negative things about China and also America, right?
I feel like they were hidden within each other as well. To make you think instead of just saying, oh, China's good, China's bad.
Yeah, that's a very different thing in China versus America, let's say, in this movie. Billy says, you can't not tell her it's actually illegal. Later on in the movie, they're in a shop, all of them, changing the doctor's report. Mei Wenqi, you know, what do you want? A non-Chinese viewer would look at that and go, oh my God.
The whole Nai Nai thing is so
really missing Nai Nai.
Well, yeah, no, but I just like.
Was that a yeah or a no?
Yeah, but it was.
Nana.
No, I just missed China like, after watching that. Just the little things like when she was in a hotel room and you could just hear the road. You could hear that meet and when she got from the airport and the black cab taxi driver's like,
Oh,
okay, doing a show, doing a show.
China.
And all the haircuts are hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you've got one now, haven't you?
yeah. Have you met someone in China who's like someone from the family? I think all of them.
I think all of them, yeah.
Nana even look like my Nana.
She does,
With
yeah.
the curly hair and the ha, ha.
Can you remember hanging out with Nana?
很多粽子，蘸着白糖。Oh.
He used to love 排骨米饭.
Oh my god!
Had you forgotten?
排骨米饭.
His Nana in Qingdao, she used to take him out. And I remember one time, Teddy and I were with Max, and we went into a little simple restaurant. We walked in, the chef or the waitress, someone said, Max, 你要不要排骨米饭? And he was like, 对，排骨米饭.
Childhood memories like deep in my brain.
He was brought up in Qingdao with his Nai Nai. When Theo was born and Nai Nai took the two of them out, she said to me, Yang Bo Shi, 你喜欢马克思或者你喜欢 Theo? And I said, 什么意思？不一样的。不可能。She said, 马克思很好。And I said, 多很好。Because Theo was just a baby. She's gone, 马克思好。I just thought this was hilarious.
总结
Great film.
Good film, good watch. Recommended. How many stars out of 5?
I want to give it 4.5.
I'm gonna give it the same. Can you say anything about it in Chinese?
Scheiße.
Shut
I'm going to start calling you that then from now on.
Stupid chap.
Scheiße.
I say that to Theo. Yeah.
You better not.
Theo, if you're watching, I love you. Be an idiot.
Oh.
评论 time 开始播。
橘子想桃子吃，这一家人也都太可爱了，没想到爸妈中文都这么好。你啥时候回中国玩？小马。
我想回中国 but I don't have the money to buy plane tickets.
Well, Billy bought it.
With her credit card.
Well,
Does it look like I have a credit card?
I'm just saying.
打伞冠军说：“可以请马爹回答一下自己为什么那么帅吗
Shit, every single question.
我操，感觉他就像一个音谣明星。
These questions is getting on my nerves.
British rock star, I don't think so.
Beijing Beatles.
大法国家说：“不知道为什么马爹看上去很睿智的样子，小马看上去
You can piss off like that. Actually piss off. You're wise and I'm dumb. Just because he's got grey hairs doesn't mean he's wise, alright?
How dare you to bring
mean?
attention to my grey hair?
He's had that for a long time.
Since I was 28. And then when I'm in China, the hairdressers get, oh, 这么酷，谁给你？我说我的妈妈给我，送给我。For me, it's embarrassing because the people think that I put in with a little piece of tin foil and I sit in there for 20 minutes and they.
I kind of want it.
Theo11321045 说：“既然马妈妈经常出镜了，我有个大胆的想法，让马妈妈下个厨什么的，好比小马一家经常吃什么。”
But I think that's a good idea.
She cooks
You
Bulgarian.
have to
food.
catch her on a good night though, because
Be very careful.
she cooks my favourite dishes. Some days when she's more on the stress side, you might get just a couple chopped tomatoes and a slab of hummus. Alright, 别忘了点赞、关注、留个评论。See you next time.
See you next time.
再见。
再见。
All the questions just getting the same. Like, Mum and Dad are so beautiful. And brother's more cute than you. And when you come to China, all the questions.
Sharon.